Hi, roses. I'm Rosie, the reader, and roses are red. Like this video if you're subscribed, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, then watch the playlist. So, this playlist for the next couple of weeks is going to be called It's Not Over Yet. So, I'm going to get started on the energy, and let's first start with the word. Spirit, what is the word? What's the word? You don't have to force it, they do. What's the word? You don't have to force it, they do. Let them force it, not you. What's the word? Okay, so we're just gonna get started. This is the first reading of this playlist. So let's get into this energy. It's not over yet. What's not over? Frank, candid. Okay, so this could be someone who's going through a truth spell, someone who feels like they have to spill the beans. Everything that comes out of their mouth has to be truthful. This could be what someone's going through. This could be someone who is very used to being honest about situations, and now they're being called to secrecy, or there's something about their words that they have to code in some way. Like they're not able to be as honest as they were in the past. So what else? Something about secrecy, but for this energy not to be over yet. Like maybe, well, let's see what's going on with this energy. You don't have to force it. Okay, so maybe it's like you really don't have the desire to speak so candidly. Maybe you don't really have much to say. Blunt. Wow. So blunt is coming out. Frank and blunt. These are very related energies. Maybe someone just feels like being themselves, like not putting on airs for people, and is throwing people off, because this could be a situation where everybody is playing a role or acting a character, and you don't have to force it, they do. Maybe that's what you're realizing. You have innovative. You're the original. Yeah. So you could be realizing, let's bring these down. You could be realizing that people are pretending to be what you already are. Strong. Okay. So that's coming out strong. People are pretending to be strong, but they're really weak. You don't have to pretend. Okay, so that's the energy that we're working with. That's the vibe I feel like we're working with. I'm seeing someone at a cocktail party or a dinner party, or something like someone at work. But that could just be a metaphor. Someone feels like they're always working, or they have to be at work 24/7, like play a role. Someone, maybe this could be at home, people at home, or someone you're in a relationship wants you to act for them. They don't want the truth anymore. Okay, so we have 5 of feathers here. King Soul's tragic downfall. Maybe someone feels like they're going through a tower moment, like their tower is crashing down, or you don't have to pretend like things aren't falling apart around you anymore. It doesn't interfere with your self-esteem or your sense of self by recognizing that your situation might not be the best. So this feels like someone, I mean, it could be any situation, but I'm feeling like someone who may be experiencing homelessness, or they don't want to admit that this is not the home that they want. It might not be the dream home, but I feel like you do have a roof over your head. Whoever this person is that's resonating with this energy, you have a roof over your head. I don't know why I feel that's scary. I'm going to take the one on the bottom too, but something else is coming out. Like, it's scary that the situation you're in is home for some people. You have 7 of feathers, because there's this vibe that's going back and forth, like someone who feels like they're in a low income poverty state, but at the same time you could be in a wealthy situation, like your parents are wealthy or something. This could be someone who's relying heavily on their relationship with God. This message, this card came out in the beginning of the reading. Before I even, as I was setting up, two different cards came out that had to do with choice. So it could be for someone who feels like it's all about their perception, and if you choose to see your situation as being something that you can be grateful for, then it's like the better will never come. I feel like someone doesn't want to accept their reality because they're still pushing to go even further. Okay, 10 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Like someone is manifesting something more. This could also have to do with children. Maybe someone doesn't want to accept that they don't have children, or it's more difficult to have children. I won't say you can't have children, because Sarah was, I don't know how old she was, almost 100, and she had children. If you're believing the Bible, because I do believe that your faith will take you to the next step wherever you're going. Okay, so let's keep moving. And there's this energy of someone else having to force it. So it could be a relationship. Maybe someone is experiencing some hardships when it comes to having children, but is the man that needs to get checked out or something like that. Maybe his tubes are tied, or can a man get his tubes tied? Whatever the case is with that, but or maybe he's saying it is, or he's saying it isn't. Like he's saying he's fertile, but he isn't, or something like that. But he already knows that he isn't. Because I've been getting this vibe of a man who doesn't want to have kids. He doesn't want to have kids. But maybe you both don't want to have kids. That's for some people. If that's where this energy is going. Something about the home is only happy if you guys will admit that it's happy. You're happy. Or maybe you're happy with your cat or your dogs and you don't need much more else. What's going on with this 5 of Feathers? The frankness, the bluntness. There's honesty coming out. What do we need to be honest about right now? There's something scary about this roof over your head. It's like you're the one that put it there. It didn't come from your parents. And maybe you knew how difficult it was to get it there in the first place. Like everybody wanted you to be homeless. Maybe you had to work behind the scenes, putting your house in order. Maybe you had to take some things from other people, like things that they weren't willing to give you on their own. You have a loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Maybe somebody's feeling guilty about that, about the honest way you came to your wealth. For some people, even if this wealth is your self-esteem, like somebody feels very highly of themselves, but it's difficult to maintain this energy if it came from lying, steepness, lying, cheating, and stealing. Focusing on the negative. Yeah, like someone has to be so positive in order to keep this roof over their head. And the roof could be a metaphor as well. It could be your what would it be, like your hedge of protection over your thoughts, separation from society or government, feeling like you can take care of yourself. All of this is something that you establish. Maybe you didn't get this from your parents, and now it seems like it's kind of imbalanced, like because you need positive and negative to charge. You need positive and negative. So it feels like someone has been, that's my cat in the background here, someone has been so positive. Bye-bye. Someone has been so positive trying to keep I'm in a different location. Someone has been so positive trying to keep themselves afloat that now it's like you want to relax, but it just seems like it's just a spiral downward. Like there's no balance here. There's just a bunch of negative thoughts for some people. If you feel like that's what you're going through, you're not alone. Well, I don't know if you're alone or not. Maybe you are alone in the situation. You have brilliant experience. Humor is here. Queen of Air. Maybe you want to be alone. Maybe that's the goal here. Like you felt like people were surrounding you and criticizing you. We've got these blue butterflies here in the background. A lot of times that comes up as anorexia. So I don't know if somebody was feeling this energy of having to control themselves, or feeling like they needed to restrict their food because of other people or your environment taking over the control center or something like that. That could be the energy of someone who just, and I'm only saying this because of this frankness and bluntness here. Like I would have just said an ED or something like that, but I'm just going to be frank about it. So I feel like that's something that someone could be going through. Um, like you finally got yourself alone and you feel safe. It goes without saying that anorexia. So that's where these negative thoughts could be coming from. Eight of fire, like it could be negative thoughts rushing in. My cat wants to be on camera. So with these negative thoughts rushing in, anxiety. I'm reading activity as anxiety, and it doesn't have to be an eating disorder, but it could be something that was unhealthy with the lying, stealing, and cheating as being unhealthy ways of coming to this stability. It doesn't really feel as stable as it could be. It's like building a house on sand. And I feel like overall the message here is you don't have to force being positive. I feel like you're already positive. It's the people around you who are trying to get in your energy that really have to force being like you. So this got way deeper than I anticipated. So I don't even know who this is for, but it feels like someone has dug a hole and they can't get back up. Like someone is digging a grave, basically. Four of water. But I feel like the takeaway home, the takeaway message here, as far as this distraction is that there is something positive in the background, and with the focusing on the negative, I feel like that's over and done with. Whatever whatever you did to have to get where you are, negative or positive, is not the end of the world. It's not the end of your world or anyone else's. I just don't know how to end this really, because it just seems like a really big hole that someone has climbed into, and maybe that's where they want to stay. I don't know. But that's the energy that I'm getting. I'm just going to close it there, because I do feel like if you focus on the positive, you can pull yourself back out of the situation. But for some people, it seems like they don't want to leave. It like the world was just too much anxiety for them. They just want to feel comfortable and ball up into this fetal position for a while until a better idea comes to mind.
Roses are red. Violets are blue. Yo. Let's go to the beach.